So this is Sam. They call me Mr. Sam. I've been teaching since 1996. This is almost my 28th year in multiple countries. I used to work as high school math teacher, then the college counselor in Europe, then the university lecturer. During the college counseling period, we send lots of students to Ivy League. So basically, we know how Olympia and those extracurricular activities matter in the college applications. So at that point, momentum does pretty good, and you guys do a very good job. Besides your school curriculum, you also get into different competitions. You compete with lots of people, including math counts like AMC 8, 10, 12. If you get selected, you get American Invitational Math Exam, then American Junior Math Exam, Math Olympiad, and then it goes up. So for the college applications, this really matters because I did send lots of students based on their this is where it says more International Math Olympiad, Balkan Math Olympiad for Balkan territory, and European Girls Math Competition, Math Olympiad. I was coaching those teams for many, many years. And then based on those results, they don't have to get any golden or silver medal, even though with the honorable mention, we sent lots of students to MIT, Stanford, Princeton, Yale, in the United Kingdom like Oxford, Cambridge. So in Germany, like so London School of Economics, for example, in the England, etc. So since 2020, I serve Momentum. So we do teach 201, 301. I used to teach 401 as well, but due to schedule conflict, we just could take 201 and 301 as of now. Currently, no, as last year, I was working as the AP Calculus and AP Stats teacher in one high school. But this year, I'm the admin, so I'm not teaching anymore in high school. So the only place that I do teach is the Momentum Learning, because I shouldn't stay away from teaching. So wherever I have an experience, I would love to share with Momentum. So this is the main reason we do have interest class right now, which you can call open house. If you guys look at the same here, Momentum is offering students for extracurricular activities under the math contest program, starting with 100, 101, 200. So after getting completion of elementary math, we do offer for AMC 8 Math 201 classes. So what are the content of this? If you are completely new to our Momentum system, Momentum do offer 2 semester packs. Every semester, which is fall and the spring, we do offer 12 session weeks. So every semester has 12 sessions with 2 hours each session. Our main goal is just to make students ready to AMC 10 and AMC 12. After that, if student scores pretty good score on AMC 10, student can be qualified for American Invitational Math Exam. So this is basically the level between 500 and 501. And then it goes up to USA JMO, so United States of Junior Math Olympiad qualifiers. You can interrupt me at any time, guys, if you have questions. So I would love to answer your questions. So this is the main reason that we do assign interest clause, so we could help each other. If you have any questions, so I answer it, This is the screenshot of the website of momentumlearning.org. So it basically shows how students register. When you go to Momentum's website after you decide positively, so we do offer two possible courses, which are either online, or if you live somewhere near Houston area, which we are located in Sugar Land, we do also offer classes in person. So in-person classes are under the contest math. You choose it Saturdays or Sundays. Based on my class that we offer 201 has 3 open sessions this semester. 2 of them are online, 1 of them is in person. Due to schedule conflict, so I'm not able to teach on Sundays. That's why on Sunday we will offer the class with another instructor. Mr. Hakan, it says here, but he's also a pretty good person, very strong in math. I do offer Saturday classes in person from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. or Tuesday classes, which are from 6 to 8 p.m. This is Central Houston time. Okay. So the classes start on September 10, ends on December the 3rd, but during the Thanksgiving break, we don't have classes. That's why it says no class date on November 26th. Besides that, we do also offer homework sessions online on Fridays from 6 to 7 p.m. Student will be able to get the Zoom link to join to online sessions. But suppose the student is busy, any family event or anything happens, then every class that we teach online are registered. So we will give you the link. If you have already Canvas account, I'm just going to show you in upcoming slides. Student will be able to see those recordings. So whatever we explain in the class or whatever the person explains in homework sessions are all recorded for your goodness, okay? Because it happens sometimes that you do not get well in the class, you want to reinforce your knowledge. So the recordings are very useful. So you can just record them or you can download them to your personal laptop or personal desktop, whatever you have at home. You can watch them or you just use the account of Momentum's cloud. You can just scroll it and watch the videos multiple times. Now we have one more person joined us. I think Daniel joined us a bit later. Do you have any question, guys, so far? Nope. Are we good? Okay. So, we already mentioned this. So from Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time, the classes will be online. We do record this and then we do share under the Canvas account. Now, so what is the class description of Math 201? This is 1 year based on 2 semester class. It is intended for students who are new to problem solving and math competitions. This class will help students learn concepts, techniques beyond the school curriculum. Students who wish to enroll in this class are expected to have completed elementary school math curriculum, and students should also have some basic pre-algebra knowledge, such as order of operation, with fractions, exponents, should be able to solve basic algebraic equations. And CO 201 level also helps students to improve their scores on AMC 8 and math counts. What will be covered? All 4 subjects, which are pre-algebra, geometry, introduction to number theory, and combinatorics, will be basically covered in this 1 year class. So what is the level of the difficulty? As we mentioned before, our aim is just to make the student ready for AMC 8. So by taking this class, student will be able to get pretty good score on AMC 8 or Med Counts chapter round. Students are expected to attend the weekly 2-hour lecture and optional 1-hour TA homework session where the teacher will go over each week's homework problems and answer any questions student might have. Students are expected to spend around 1.5, like 1 hour and a half on homework problems each week. Sometimes this time is very subjective based on the intelligence of the student. We had students finished everything within just quarter of hour. And also we had some students spent more, maybe 2 hours. It's completely how you just look at the questions, because we don't know the levels of the students yet. The time will show us. But the mentioned 1 hour and a half is subjective to the intelligence of the students. Momentum Learning is offering a qualifying test. So this is just a level test. Usually 7th grade students and under take the classes. Mostly 5th and 6th grade students are taking 201, but we sometimes see the exceptions. For example, a year ago, I had a student from the 1st grade, and that student was competing all 6th grade students. So these are usual things, okay? Sometimes you can see in your class a student from the 3rd grade, from the 2nd grade, because these are not the school curriculum activities. So if the student has enough background from the parent side, the student studies extra, so the student might be eligible. So there are lots of students I already experienced in Momentum that 3rd grade student knows much more things than any 7th grade student. So there is no any limitation of the knowledge at this. You do understand the things better than us. We usually, for on-level grades, so the class curriculum is based on grade 8 plus, but as I told you, if you are a very dedicated student that you do like studying math, any 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade student can also take this class. So students are eligible. So our main requirement is what student does in AMC and math count competitions, okay? So these competition levels are completely different than what we learn or what we teach at school. I was just telling when I was teaching combinatorics to my students in 301, we have a bunch of students, 6th grade and the 7th grade. At that time, I was also teaching AP stats to seniors and juniors. And I was telling them, hey guys, whatever you learn in Momentum, so now AP students are learning. I was doing the same thing when I was going back to school. So I was just challenging them. So like seniors, juniors, when you teach them in AP stats, hey guys, come on. So I have some students at early age doing those kind of things. So for learning mathematics, as I mentioned before, there is no any time restriction. The only restriction is what you score on your AMCs and what you score on math counts. It's going to make more sense when we look at the content together. If you guys look at here in detail, in fall semester that we're going to start in September, we usually start with the divisibility rules, right? So none of high school students, for example, in the curriculum teach or learn divisibilities. I was asking juniors, so what are the divisibility rules by 4? Nobody knew that except few students who already participated in math counts when they were in the middle school. So you see, these are contest mathematics. That is something different than the school math. So under the number theory, we will teach divisibility, prime factorization, divisors, factors, the least common multiple, and the greatest common factor. We are expecting to spend 2 weeks on it. Then under algebra, we will practice fractions, decimals, percentage problems, because they do ask lots of questions in math counts. Exponents, radicals, then quadratic equations. So for example, quadratic equation is one of the main topic in Algebra 1. So we do offer Algebra 1 to 7th grade, 8th grade students. Sometimes this algebra part might help you to school. Under geometry, we spend more time on the right triangles, like Pythagorean theorem, Euclidean triangles, spatial right triangles, which we mean like 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees triangle, or 45, 45, 90 degrees triangle, because these are the essentials of introduction to trigonometry that we teach in geometry after students take Algebra 1 in the regular, either in the middle school, at the end of the middle school for 8th graders, or when students come to high school in the 9th grade. When they take geometry, we ask them to just go over with those right triangles, because right triangle is the basic of the trigonometry. After week 8, we go back to algebra in detail, like starting with the distributive property, solving equations, speed problems, word problems, conversion problems. So like how to switch the units, solving equations, systems of equations with multiple methods like substitution method, elimination method, or the graphing method. So we do teach quadratic equations one more time, but we include the Vieta's and other theorems as well. Factoring, then quadratic formula. At the end, we end up with the counting principles. Okay, so this is the basically syllabus of what we teach, scope or sequence. Somebody says scope and sequence, whatever you call. This is basically description. And then the second 12 week, which we offer in spring, starting from maybe February, by end of May or by the middle of May, it takes 12 weeks, excluding the spring break. Mostly we will spend time on geometry and combinatorics in details. So what are covered under the combinatorics? Fundamental counting principle. So we have two principles, right? Addition principle and a multiplication principle. Venn diagram, factorial, permutation, case study, combinations, and then probability. So these are the contents that we are going to offer to students who are already enrolled to 201 courses. Okay, are we good so far? So now we have Max joined us. Andrew, do you have any questions so far? No? Yes? Sulan, do you have any question? Nope. Andrew, so you know what we do in the regular classes? We just ask students to actively participate in the class so we can open discussions. When we discuss the things, we remember the things what we discussed. That's why. So it's not teacher-centered class, even though it is online, but we prefer students to get into the classes. That's why, Andrew, you can unmute yourself anytime and you can just speak. It's fine for us, okay? Yes, Andrew, since you're a volunteer, because I just really appreciate your responses. It's hard to teach online that like you're teaching to Wool, but when students interact, it encourages us as well. Yes, Andrew, wanted to say something? Sorry.
No.
Is everything clear so far?
Yes.
Thank you. Eleanor, do you have any question? Nope. Joshua has any question?
No.
Okay, you see? Thank you for responding. Now, Let's look at what Canvas is. Does anybody know what Canvas is? Nope. Let me just try to show it to you here. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to log into Canvas account to show you. Yes, I think I did. Let me just share my screen. Here we go. If you guys look at the dashboard of the Canvas account, so this is the account which will be given to students. Let me just start with the, please, no, 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 not now. Not now, please. Okay, so if you guys look at the account, this is my dashboard, Mr. Sam. On my dashboard, these are the previous classes that it's from summer period. But when you take, for example, one class, let me just pick randomly one class, or I can show you any class that we had last year, 201, for example, this class. Let's just choose Wednesday's class. Okay, so this will be the overview of the class. And on the main page, we call this dashboard. It's gonna be Zoom meeting ID, so you can directly log in. There is a shortcut to your Zoom, and you will obviously see 12 weeks. So what do we have under each week? If you click on week 1, as I told you before, so hand the hard copy of the soft copy here, but you will print this out, will be shared with the student, and then homework will be shared with the student. But I think this is not the pack. This is just, you need to click and just get the access on it. Right after that, you see there are recordings. So one is the class recording, another one is the homework recording. So student will be able to have an access to recordings. You just click on it, or you can download it. It's totally up to you. So this is week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, etc. Okay. At the end of the semester, you see these are the homework sessions. For the last week, we don't have homework session because it's the final week. Besides that, we do assign the final exam. So what is going on with this exam? Of course, our aim is not to grade the student. Basically, we ask student what to remember within 12 weeks. So this is just a self-improvement test. Student is able to see what he can do by himself during the test. Okay, so for answering them all correct, we don't award the student. For getting them wrong, we don't punish the student. Okay, so basically we do assign like the practice. This is the view of the Canvas account. It will be given to any student registered on 201, 301 classes. Let me just go back to iPad one more time, and we follow the instructions. Let's see what we have. Okay, so I think that's it. So they did prepare one, just a review pack as a demo class. But let me just pause it here and get you. So did I miss anything? I'm just going to go over one more time. For all contest math classes, after you add class to your card, it will be placed onto a waiting list until it is approved by our staff, usually within 1 business day. After it is approved, you will receive an invoice. If it is not approved, or if we need any additional information, we will contact you with, but this is not me, okay? So this is the Momentum's business side. So Momentum's manager side. All instruction materials, including recorded sessions, will remain accessible for an additional 3 months. That's pretty good. Following the conclusion of the camp, Zoom, Canvas platforms will be utilized for delivery and access to these resources. Canvas invite will be sent to students, but not to parents. If your parents are next to you and just listening to us, just to make sure that Canvas account will be given to only students. Okay. So usually account will be active 3, 4, 5 days before the classes start. Homework needs to be submitted on time and it will be automatically graded by Canvas. So that means it's multiple choice. So once you just submit your answer, you will instantly see your grades. Class Zoom link will be accessed via Canvas account on the home page. I already showed you. These are all instructional informations about the level of 201. One more time. Max, Joshua, Elijah, do you guys have any question about how we run the class? So what are the contents of 201? Or any additional question about the person who is going to teach you?
No.
Yes,
No.
Josh. No?
No.
All right. So now basically, let's start with one of the easiest topics, ratio and proportions. Like 20, 25 minutes, let's go over with this. Do you guys know what the ratio and the proportion is? But besides that, let me just quickly give you one refreshment. I'm just going to add one page. Then I will just go over with the ratio but. So, does anybody know what magic square is? Huh? Did anybody hear about that? Hmm?
I do. It's like a square which each row, column, and diagonal,
Gives the
adds
same
up to
value. Bravo,
some
Elijah.
number.
Perfect. Yep. Very great. So we have some questions on the level of AMC 8. We do have some questions on the level of AMC 10. We also do have some level of questions which are asked after AMC 10. So, which is American Invitational Math Exam. As a content, Magic Square is easy, but by the level of the difficulty, they make it according to the class size, the class levels. So since 201 level students will be ready for AMC 8, as Elijah said, the magic square has to be 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5. So, but usually questions come from 3 by 3. So when we just divide this into 9 boxes, so we have 3 rows, 3 columns, 2 diagonals, right? Let me just show it to you here. So we have 1 row, 2, 3, 3 columns, and 2 diagonals. So magic square is you're going to place the numbers in a way that, as Elijah said, the sum of each row, the sum of each row, the sum of each row, each column, and each diagonal will be constant. For example, so there are multiple ways of rearranging this because you can rotate the boxes. Since it is square, you can just change the point of your view. But let's start with the very basic instruction. So I have 9 numbers, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9. Can you just help me to place these numbers in a way that the sum of each row, each column, and each diagonal will be constant? Before I do that, Elijah, if you help me. So, do you know how to calculate the average? So, what is the meaning of average, guys?
The mean,
Mean, yeah, bravo, Joshua. But how do you get the mean?
every number added together divided by how many numbers?
Perfect. Joshua, do you know how to add the first 9 numbers?
You take the first number and the last number added together equals 10, and then there are 5 of them. Wait, yeah, and then you plus 5 at the end.
So what is the sum of first 9 numbers then?
45.
45. How did you get it? Say again to your friends.
1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 6, all equal 10. And then so there are 4 of them, so 40 plus the 5 at the end, 45.
Bravo. So we basically teach also practice this the Gaussian method. There are 3 possible ways of adding the numbers. Joshua's method is one possible method. Another possible method is just using the Gaussian formula. Like what does Gauss say? Gauss says that if you guys add all the numbers up to 9, we don't know the result, right? Let's just call it as sum s. So we basically just reverse the numbers, 9, 8, 7, all the way up to 1. So when you switch the places of the addition, the numbers, the addition doesn't change, right? We call this commutative property. So the sum is still s. But when we add them up, this is what Joshua tried to say. At each, I get 10. 10, right? Now here's the problem, guys. How many 10s do I have? Because s plus s is going to give me 2s. So from 1 to 9, how many numbers did I have? 9, right? So this is 9 times. That means 9 times 10, 90, which is 2s. So s is 45, okay? Average is 45 divided by how many numbers were there? 9. So the average is always 5, right? So why did I get this number? Because the number that I get as average must be placed in the middle of square. For sure, that number has to be 5. That number overall has to be always the average. Okay. So how am I supposed to place all these numbers in a way that I will get the constant sum? This is whatever you got here, right? 55 will be multiplied by what? By 3, because you have 3 rows. Or you add them up. What was their sum? 45 divided by 3, which is 15. So now I'm just going to get back to question. So each sum will be 15, guys. Can you help me? I'll just draw it here one more time. So I will just teach you how to annotate, how to respond to teacher through the Zoom meeting. So now we agreed that the number in the middle has to be 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's used already, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Can you guys help me to place the numbers in a box so that the sum of each row, each column, and each diagonal will be 15? Who's going to help me? So each column will be 15, each diagonal will be 15 as well. I'll give you 2 minutes to think of this, then we will place the numbers. Hmm? Oh, Joshua already started. Joshua, just give them time. Let's give them 1 more minute, okay? Let's give them 1 more minute. Thank you. Where's the annotation? Let me just temporarily, oh, thank you. So we need to place the numbers in a way that the sum will be always 15. Max is trying to do something. That's pretty good, but just let us wait 1 more minute, Max. Okay? I'm just going to zoom in so you can place the numbers easily. I'll just choose one volunteer. As I told you, there is no one standard way of doing this. Because of the rotation, you can have multiple ways of responding. Somebody can start with 2 on the top. Somebody can start with 8 on the top. Somebody can start with 6 on the top. You see, it totally changes. But the circulation, the cycle doesn't change. Either clockwise, counterclockwise, we will have the same cycle. Joshua, can you place the numbers in a way that the sum will be 15? Can you just change the color So don't choose the green one because we already used the green one. Please, if you don't mind. Thank you. What about the corners, Joshua? 9. Okay. 3 is missing. 7 is missing. Now here is the problem, Joshua. If you look at the last row, 1 plus 8 plus 3 doesn't give us 15. Sorry. Can somebody else help us? You see, don't get offended. People make mistakes as we are all human beings. So, what is the right way of placing the numbers one more time? Who's going to help us?
Me, can I do it?
Please. Yes, Max, go ahead. Let me just go back to my Zoom meeting. I hope I am gonna get it. If not, there is no big issue. Join. Let's check this one, Joshua, all together. Okay? Maybe simple is see two differently. Just get this one. Is cool. There we go. Now, do you also see the equal? I better get this out. Just give me a second. Are we good?
Tell the echo.
All right. So now, let's go back to clause. Joshua, do you agree with your friend? Is this the right answer? 2 plus 7 plus 6, that makes 15, right? 2,
Yeah.
9, 4 makes 15. 4, 3, 8 makes 15. Check the diagonal makes 15. Another diagonal makes 15 as well. Yeah, very brilliant way of solving the question. Perfect. Now, here is the question. I'm just trying to zoom in. As you see, guys, 4 boxes are missing. 4 numbers are missing on the box. I'm just gonna erase all the annotations. Give me a moment. Yes, we did. The grid below is to be filled with integers in such a way that the sum of the numbers in each row and the sum of the numbers in each column are the same. Okay? It doesn't say anything about the diagonals. So 4 numbers are missing. The number x in the lower left corner is larger than other 3 missing numbers. What is the smallest possible value of x? Try to understand the question. They don't mention that this is the magic square. The only thing that they mention is the sum of the rows and the sum of the columns. They are the same numbers. X has to be, I'm just gonna get the question back here so we can discuss. I'll just erase everything. Okay, so forget about this sum. So we have 1 3 by 3 squared. Let me just place the numbers back. There was -2 here, 9 here, 5, -1, and 8. And then there is x. So what is the smallest possible value of x minimum? That is the question. What else do we know? We know that there are 3 other numbers, A, B, C, and x has to be greater than any of these 3 numbers, greater than A, B, and C. Since the sum of the rows and the columns are the same. Look, it doesn't say that is the magic square. It's not magic square. So the numbers can be repeated. There is no restriction for the numbers. X can be 9, X can be 5, X can be -2. We don't have any problem with those. The only thing that we have problem, guys, is I need to just place them in a way that X has to be the lowest value, which is bigger than A, B, C. So what were my choices? If you go back to choices, it is -1, 5, 6, 8, or 9. So let me just zoom out the question one more time, just trying to hide the solution. So the grid below is to be filled with the integers such that the sum of the numbers in each row, each column are the same. They don't say anything about the diagonals. 4 numbers are missing. The number X in the lower corner is larger than any other of those 3 numbers. What is the smallest possible value of X? I think Eleanor has an idea. Yes, Eleanor, what do you think? It doesn't have to be the right, but we just value what you think. Eleanor?
The sum of the 3 on the top.
Did you understand the question, Eleanor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me just get back to iPad so you can easily work on it. You're good to go.
I haven't solved it yet. I was just.
No problem. So let me just remove those boxes. Go ahead. I'll just place this X somewhere in the left corner. Yep. What do you think? It doesn't have to be correct, Eleanor. We are all human beings, but I'm just curious what you think.
So
Okay, the sum is 12. Yeah. That sum also has to be 12.
I haven't solved it yet.
No problem. So what do you think? For example, Eleanor, if I place the numbers A and B here, so what is the sum of A and B?
It's 13.
Bravo. Okay, let's look at this one. Let me just write it here. A plus B, guys, has to be 13. What is the maximum value of A can be? Because we are looking at X, which is greater than A, greater than B, greater than C.
It can be 7.
Okay, 7. So which one do you want to take 7? A or B? So one of them is 7, another is 6. So X has to be greater than either 7 or 6. So what is the smallest value which is greater than either 7 or 6?
8.
Let's test it. Okay, assume that X is equal to 8. Just working on it. So now 8 plus 8 makes 16, Eleanor. So what number has to be here to make the sum constant?
-4.
Okay, let me just place -4 here. I'm just going to erase B and A back, Eleanor. So which number do I need to place here? Because it says the sum of each row and the column must be the same. What do you think? What number do I need to place here so that the sum will be 12?
It has to be 7.
Okay. So then what number do I need to place here?
6.
Good. That's it. You see? So what is the smallest value that I can place here? 8, right, Eleanor? Let's see, guys. Is Eleanor right or not?
Sam,
Yeah, you see, according to the response, what we get Eleanor was right. Bravo, Eleanor. So you need to be proud of yourself. You started solving AMC questions now. After that, so this is AMC 8 level question. Now, Max, this is magic square, okay? What Joshua said before, magic square is just the square that the sum of the rows and columns and the diagonals are the same. 5 of the numbers are placed as V, W, X, Y, Z. All other numbers are given 24, 18, 25, and 21. The question is asking Y plus Z. Let me just get the picture of it so we can go back to iPad. Okay, so I'll just take you back to iPad. I'll just add another page here. So maybe some of you guys can help me. So then the question was this. This is magic square. And we have 9 boxes here. Some numbers are given already. Let me just place the given numbers. This was 24. This was 18 was given. 25 was given. 21 was given. All other numbers are V, W, X, Y, and Z. Since this is magic square, what is Y plus Z? So I need this number plus this number, guys. For example, this is a bit higher level, AMC 10. We usually expect students to solve this question after finishing 301. But according to me, any 201 student is good to solve this one. If student basically knows what the magic square is. Max, where is Max? Max was helping us. Max, our time is very limited, but can you help me? Max? Max, I'm just going to ask you a question, you tell me. Okay? So it's so easy. We know that in the magic square, the sum of the rows must be as same as the sum of columns. Look, this is the row and this is the column. That they both have V common. Do you agree that this sum equals this sum?
Okay.
This sum is as same as this sum. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So I can find W then. What is W?
It's 43 minus 24.
Which is
19.
19.
perfect. I got this number 19. Now let's just go one step forward. Since this is magic square, guys, the sum of the diagonal must be constant as well because they both share X. Can you help me find the V? Look at this one and look at this one. Since X is common, can somebody help me to find V?
V is 23.
V is 23. I trust you. I hope you didn't make a mistake. Okay, that's it. It's over then. Because I know the sum of each row now. Right? What is the sum of each row? Is that 66?
Yeah, it's 66.
Okay, so can you help me to find Z, Eleanor? What is Z then? Okay. Can you help me to find the Y? What is Y?
It's 26.
Perfect. So what was the question? Let's go back to question. They're asking Y plus Z.
It's 46.
Perfect. You see? Oh my God. In demo session, in interest class, guys, you started solving AMC 10 questions. You say 46? Do I have 46? Yes, I do. D. Let's look at the solutions. And now, You're right. 46 is the right answer. So here, what in a short time, we just wanted to introduce how we present the class. So you basically took one trailer of the class together with the instructions. Before I end the Zoom session, do you guys have any question about the class? Nope. Are we good? Okay. Then thank you for joining us, guys. Discuss with your parents and make the right decision. All right. Have a wonderful day then. Enjoy your rest of the day.